Okay. Hi, Tony here. We're going to talk just for a minute about mad skills and how I was lucky enough to even acquire the knowledge to do something like this completely by myself. I mean, first of all, I was raised in Veracruz, Mexico. I didn't really even come to America to stay, per se, till I was 13. So I spent almost my entire childhood in Spanish style Mexican prisons and temples, synagogues, churches, anything that had construction before the 1800s. We practically lived. I mean, we had a bungalow, of course, right next to the ocean, and we lived in the vicinity of Villa del Mar, which is almost tap dead center of the capital in Veracruz. But the point being, I have no formal education. There's no schools out there. There's no 911. There's no cops. Unless they're crooked and you're going to pay them off. You do not want them involved in any part of anything you're doing. And you're not going to get pulled over because there's no street patrol. Like I said, there's no 911. There's no nothing. So if you get in trouble or somebody gets you into trouble, you're on your own. And you better be smart enough to figure yourself out of it because you were dumb enough to get yourself in the first place. And if you don't live that way, you're not going to make it 5 minutes. But I spent most of my time, my mom had cancer real bad, and we could never afford her medical treatment here in America. And in Veracruz, Mexico, they have things that a widow has never heard of, like Equagesic and medications they don't make in America that really made a difference in our lives. I mean, it gave us our mom for years that we would not have had her. So if I didn't get to go to school, I never got to drink milk or uh, have any of those things that privileged white people have. Excuse me. I don't feel cheated out of that because it was a wonderful life. I mean, I spent every day. I'd get up in the morning from the bungalow, and I'd go to the taco stand, which had the mucho caliente, very hottest tacos you could ever eat in your life. You're not going to find mild. It's hot or starve when you're home. So I mean, everything is hot. If you want anything even made American style, you have to drive to a restaurant called The Americana, which is going to be about 60 miles. It's a treacherous drive. We got to make it twice a year, and it was a real privilege, I guess, to some folks because we would walk in there and the whole place is filled with gringos. Nothing but gringos, wall to wall. A gringo is a Caucasian. Those of you who do not know what gringo means, but you know, I really started to appreciate the architecture and the heritage of where I was raised. And if I was born in America and raised there, what a huge blessing because I got to see how both sides live. And everybody gets so upset about all the people trying to come here from Mexico and third world countries and places that they've never been, know absolutely nothing about. And they're ready to spout out, oh, they shouldn't belong here. They didn't pay to be here. They weren't born here. Blah, blah, blah. You don't come from where we come from and not want and desire a better life. There's no jobs. There's no nothing. I mean, you're on your own. The mayor has the nicest house in town, but you'll never see him. I mean, it's too long and complicated to explain, but for me, it was a great life. Because like I said, I'd get up in the morning from the bungalow, go to the taco stand, choke down a couple of super hot tacos, just enough to set your stomach on fire, and then I was across the trolley tracks and into the ocean, and you did not see me again until after nightfall. I would swim half a mile out to the shark net because for me, that was the coolest place to be. No gringo, no Caucasian, excuse me, is ever going to have the cojones to, first of all, even know what a shark net is, much less have the strength to swim almost 3/4 of a mile to get to it. I like my isolation, I always have, and it was wonderful for me. I look back on it now, 30 years later, and think, man, think of the dangerous situations you were in every day. What a, I mean, seriously dangerous situations. So I think if you can be 5 feet away from a shark every day of your childhood, you can build a grotto. So I started walking around construction sites and asking questions. Every construction site in Arizona is nothing but Spanish people. Perfecto mundo. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what we want. We want somebody who knows how to start from nothing and make something beautiful out of it. So we start talking, and they find out I'm from Veracruz, and then they say, come back in a couple hours, and I come back, and what's sitting there waiting on me? They talk about mi padre, how my dad's sick, and that started pulling on their heartstrings, and I go back, and I've got cut, shaved rebar waiting on me, and everything you could ever want and need to do this job. Not sure exactly what got into them that day, but what a blessing for me. I'm going to do about a $35,000 job, and honestly, being gifted the rebar and all the things I didn't expect. I thought I was going to have to pay out of pocket for all that. But mi amigos, as always, had my back. So all I had to do was pay for the chicken wire, $50. And it had taken me a long way. I made a fence out of it, tore it down, using it to line all this stuff up and get everything framed in. But I know he's curious, where did this wedding even come from? Who the hell does she think she is? And David Montoya is going to want to know why his name is being used. This is why. When I started rolling through videos, I'm thinking, I might want to make a tiny little 2x4 foot pond in the backyard. David Montoya's name kept rolling past. And because of the Spanish dwelled in me, I'm thinking that's why you want to go. You want to stick with family, you want to stick with somebody you can trust. So I hit on to David Montoya. And up comes Stonemakers. Oh my God. You talk about opening a door in your mind and your achievements to things you never thought possible. You have to spend just a little while with this man because he is smart, innovative, knowledgeable, and he is going to take you to heights you've never been. So I'm looking for tools, sorry. Go check out his videos, and I'm going to get the cement mix. The heat's getting here, the sun's up, and we will talk in a little bit. Thank you.